Alright, we're going to make this real simple. What we're going to do is because something happened in Boulder. If you've been eye hustling some of my posts in the Satanic Cipher, Boulder is 322. And when did this happen? On 322. And if you don't know what Skull and Bones is, pause this video. If you're drinking and shit and you enjoy jabbing at dummies, just sit back and watch this and tell me how wrong and coincidental all this is going to be when your mind's blown off whenever we get done. But stop this video and go to Skull and Bones. Google it. And then go to images and you'll see 322 under it. That's their little number. Okay? And then we've got to establish that and the Bavarian Illuminati. Stop and Google that. And you'll find out on May the 1st, which is 5/1, 1776, it was founded. And it's a faction of the Vatican, the Roman Empire. Okay? Then we go back to Constantine the Great. All right? Big number. May the 22nd. You can Google this. It'll pop up. Constantine the Great. This, because whenever he claimed that the Roman Empire is taking on Christianity, he lied. He lied. They took out what's the anatomy, which is us, because it's scripture it's us. And they started using humanity because they've created the money, the possessions, and the careers, the universities, and all that. They've created this. It's a huge, big magic trick is what they've done. But from Constantine the Great, either he died or he gave up his throne on May the 22nd, 337 AD, until January the 5th of this year, which is the Georgia election. 20,203 months and 15 days. So when we break down 15, it's going to put you a slash right there. So that'd be January the 5th, sort of like right here. And then in numerology, you take the zeros out and you got 223, the opposite of 322. All right. But the 1-5 goes into the Bavarian Illuminati, which is 5-1. Because January the 1st can be written the 5th of January, 5-1, or 1-5. But it all goes back to them boys. All right. And then last year, what did we have on February the 23rd? The death of Aubrey, 223. We had the death. This is getting built up, and Saturn's back. Saturn, this is all about Saturn, though. So on 223 last year, Aubrey thing happened. Prior to that, 2000, or after that to this year, we've got 20,203 months. So 223. All right. So when we look at Kobe, he died last year. But this is where we find out how these entities right here create the sports and the athletes and the movie stars, and they control them from birth. The same way that you control an animal that you want to train very, very well, and that it obeys. And the master is you. And because this is the Roman Empire. This goes into May Day, 5-1, communism, and all kinds of other shit, because these people are very, very evil. All right? Kobe was born on August the 23rd of 1978. All right? But from 5-1 of that year to I guess for a ritual with the big dogs, because they own everybody, everything. From 5-1 until he was born that year was 3 months and 22 days for 322. 322. And then from Kobe's birthday in 2019 until the day he died, which was January the 26th, was 22 weeks and 3 days. 223. So he came in under a ritual of the Illuminati on 5-1 for 322 for Skull and Bones. So we've got two factions right there. that they show us. When we see this, that's nothing. That's an outer layer. That's for us to get to start putting it together. But they know that the path to get to here is beyond impossible, and how we're here, like where I am, I can't explain it. Because see, we still got to go to the year 2023. Take the zero out, 223, 322. So all this stuff that's going on right now, like in Boulder, it's all created. It's all done on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. They're all one. The hospitals and everything, they're all one. They're one big fucking thing. It's a Roman Empire. It's too hard to believe because your brain's that big. But anyways, so Floyd's death from May the 25th until January the 5th, which it's a ritual to the Bavarian Illuminati, and also Skull and Bones, was 32 weeks and 2 days, 322. So we've got Floyd, Kobe, Constantine, Aubrey, Skull and Bones, Bavarian Illuminati. We've got the Georgia election on 1/5. We've got the year 2023 we've got to wait around on and go through hell to get there. And then we've got Warnock. See, Kobe, we already know just by his birth numbers that he was created to do what he did. We already know that. So if we know that Kobe was created to do what he did and to sway the masses, Nike and everything. Nike is the goddess of victory. Google that. Google Nike, the goddess. It's the goddess of victory. But the swoosh is Saturn, because it's all about Saturn. It's what it is. The square, the court and all that shit. The court, the basketball court. You go to a courtroom. It's all Saturn. The black and white referees, that's Saturn. The judge comes in the black robe, that's Saturn. In front of the 12 jurors, that's the 12 constellations, because it's Saturn. He sits on the bench, which is another word for bank. What's on both sides of rivers? Banks, because they're controlling the water controls the currency, or the banks control the currency. So they control the currency because they created the currency. They created the athletes, the movie stars, all the fake images and shit, and the fantasy lands where we could strive towards it, but we'll never get there. Because we'll always be down here blaming each other because they gave us TV. The same people who created him gave us TV and control us the same way they control him, and you'll never get out of it. But Warnock was born on July the 23rd in 69. From May the 1st of 69, another ritual to the Bavarian Illuminati and the Skull and Bones was 2 months, 23 days. 223, 223, 322. And Georgia Guidestones was put out on March the 22nd, 322. Sort of like yesterday, 322. In Boulder, which in the satanic cipher is 322. Biden got his shot at what time? At 3:22 in the afternoon. John Davison Rockefeller, John Hopkins University. Both of those words, I'm showing you how far these rituals go. Both of these words are 22 letters and 3 words for 223, 322. It's because they're created. They're owned. But John Hopkins University goes into these. It's all one. These people represent destroying humanity. The hospitals are not there to help cure us. And y'all are insane to keep just flocking saying, please shoot me with poison. Shoot me with poison because I'm stupid. And that's what you're doing because, this right here controls everything. Dude, they own you. This is real. You cannot get any more like a visual of like, holy shit. Because Google the movie 3022. It's about space. Yeah, space. Because they own NASA. They own everything. They own us. They have owned us. So when we look, and this is very small examples of what's going on. Because when we do this, this is where nobody knows about anything except for the Brotherhood, Ra and El. That's Saturn. That's the sun, and that's Saturn. All right, and what that does is it goes into the black and white. It goes into the yin and yang. That's what that is. It goes black and white, which is Saturn. That's what it is. And then Fa is serpent. So you got Raphael, Warnock, because they're pushing this. They own these churches. They're not on y'all's side. The church is in us. It's in us. And the merchandise is within us. The merchandise is within us. There's no money that you can pay. There's nothing that you can physically give except for yourself in order to live right and to live better to see this. But when you're under the influence of this right here, you look, guys, these same people gave us this, pharmakia, which is sorcery. That's what that is. That's on every corner. And they outlawed plants. And they glorify alcohol. And see, here's the deal with all this. Alkaline is not in. No alcohol, none of this, none of this. It's all sorcery. Alkaline is in the plants. It's in the water, the H2O from earth, out of spring wells, from the springs, from inside, because it all regenerates itself. In the same way that the rain comes down and the dew and all that, it's the same way it's in our head. It comes down our spinal column and then goes back up. It's our mineral salts, and they've taken all that shit from us. They've dumbed us down to where we don't know anything, and it should make sense as fast as they push all the technology. They got to have the gadgets in all the children's hands, and it's destroyed humanity. I've talked to parents with 9-year-old sex addicts. Perfectly fine, Matt. They got to go pay a counselor because they had to go through the Ponzi scheme that these people created. The hospitals and all that shit and the careers, and based off the destruction of human beings. Okay? If you threw away that shit right there, you'd cure everything. Cancer can be cured, all of it, but they make a lot of money off the death of us. Instead of killing us, if they slowly kill us, then we go to their hospitals. We accept their lies. We accept the glorified Coca-Cola and the alcohol and the normalization of beating up wives or husbands or partners or whatever, and leaving children homeless, fatherless, motherless. Because the government, which is the Roman Empire, has forced us into fucking accepting. If you get hit with alcoholism, that's it. We're going to punish you forever. Even if you come from the hospital bed, fuck you. Well, you can't handle it like we can. Look at all the money I got. And they gave you that shit. They gave you the money to be a dummy. It's not real. It ain't fucking real. It's not real. The illusion of private property is not real either. You have to dig deep to find it, and you will find it because they created this whole system. And the word system goes into sewage, goes back to Rome. So whenever they refer to the judicial system or whatever school system, they're implying sewage, okay? Because this is Satan, and this is his world. But there's a whole lot more of that 322 and 223. Enemy of the state, whenever he looks at his watch, it's 322. In Dark Knight Rises, when the football player turns around and looks up and it shows the booth, it says 322. There's Santa Claus movies with 223 in it. February 23rd, they're having a play. And Charlie's like, and I don't show him anything. And he's like, Dad, look, there's 223 in this movie. And I said, I know, it's everywhere. Go watch The Order on Netflix. The Order about the Green Cross, something like that, about the rosy green cross. But 2 minutes and 23 seconds into the very first episode, the main character looks at, he's talking on his phone, and he said, yeah, it's 2000. I'll be here until 2023. And when he said that, I paused it. And I was like, holy shit. See, when they say it on TV, you got to look at the time, and it might be 33 seconds, 3 minutes, 22. There's a lot. But he did it. At 2 minutes and 23 seconds, he said, I'll be here until 2023. Right when, it matched up. Because it's about secret societies. The order is. And it's kind of lame, but there's a lot of truth in it. And I mean, I ain't never been to no heavy, never mind. I ain't getting into that. But anyways, there's a hardcore lesson that you learn, because we're going to be in some nasty shit until 2023. They're going to get the guns. They create the fake shit. They own the news. It's the Roman Empire. They'll push it. They've got phones in your children's hands, and they love orgies of doing nothing. And all them fucking dumbasses on their phones are going, vote against guns. We don't need guns. And now they're all fucking pumped up. Yeah. And then they're on all the medication that you took to the experts, which are fucking drug pushers. Put them on all them chemicals, and they're in there watching that shit, just going crazier. Think about suicide and everything else. Just becoming fucking just demons. And that's what this system, this beast system, is pumping into society. It's just fucking radio, hate, racism, shootings, all this shit, COVID, masks, and people can't handle it. Because their whole life they've been thinking, it's just going to be fucking fine. I love fucking off in America. And then when Satan threatens your bullshit that he gave you in order to set you up, then you retreat. You're scared. Because your whole life, your subconscious, you've been denied, all this shit with the alkaline in it. You've never had natural alkaline in you at all. You've lived a deficient life your whole life, and you've got all these symptoms. And so you got to go to the hospitals, which is the John Hopkins and all that other shit, because you got cancers and everything else that they wanted you to get in the first place. Because then you build it. You give them the money, we're taxed on everything. You got to have a license to be a pastor, to burn shit. You're not free. It's my whole point. We're not free. It's liberty. It's a shipping term, because we're under maritime admiralty law. We're on water, truthfully. Schools imply fishes. We're fishes. 12 grades of the 12 constellations. The track and field, it goes this way, when really the sun's always going right. But NASCAR and track and field, we're always going that way, driving on the right side instead of left. Everything they gave us, we're going the opposite direction. Everything we do is backwards. Everything that we do is backwards. Now busted their ass. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm starving. I love you.